after the first two rounds that I had, playing really well, and I had a lot of confidence going into today, and I did feel a little a different kind of nervous. I wasn't shaky, but I definitely felt I knew what I had to do and what would happen if we won, and all the things that would come after that. So I knew that there was more, there would be more emphasis put on today, and I think that was what made today a little tougher than it should have been.
It's great to win this, and like I said, this field is so deep. If you watch I guess the third through seventh or eighth teams going into today, and it was anybody's ball game, and so that tells you a lot about where we are as a region. That's the reason that the national champion has always come from the South region. So we always feel like this is a great warm-up for the national championship, because like I said, there are a lot of great teams here. The conference champion of Sunshine State is going home, and Florida Tech, who at one point was #1 in the country, is going home. I mean, there are a lot of great teams that didn't qualify for Michigan, and I really hope that our women's golf committee takes a serious look at maybe mirroring how the women's Division I people do it, and let's spread the seeds out and give the national championship more depth.
Talk a little bit about Annie's play, especially coming up 17-18.
I tried not to look at it. After I knew we would make it without too much of a trouble, I wasn't worried about whether or not we won. We want to survive and advance. So I didn't really look at the live scoring too much, but somebody told me as I was coming up to number 18 that if she birdied this hole, that she would tie for the lead. And so as she came up, she had a great shot in, and I think she only had one par on the back nine, which is unbelievable considering she shot even. As she came up, she said, "Are we winning?" I said, "Yeah, by no worries." And she said, "Well, how do I stand?" She said, "Not that matters." And I said, "Well, I believe if you make this putt, you tie for medalist." And she knocked it in. So, but that's what great players do. And Annie, she's carried the load for us for her entire career here, and it's just nice that she's surrounded by players who can help her. And I think she's appreciative of that, but we're certainly appreciative of her gutsy play down the stretch.
We have a lot more experience this year. My freshman year, it was a little lonely being there by myself, and last year it was nice to learn how to play in nationals with your team there too. So I think building on that, and we have a lot of returners. We have Paige and Hallie that will play again next week, that have played nationals before. So I think it's really cool to have that dynamic, and the freshmen have just done incredibly this entire year, and I'm really, really proud of what everyone has done. So I think that we can handle it, and it's going to be looking pretty good going into next week. So
I think after a little bit of rest and recuperation, and we've got a senior graduating, so we've got a lot of fun things coming up this week. So after some rest, we'll get right back to it and get ready. But it's a national championship. No one's handing it to anybody. It'll be a dogfight just like this was.